Good evening. Drive-thrus are still open at the Brighton Hot Dog Shop. Stop in, warm up your Sunday with some chili and cheese fries, wedding soup, chili dogs. And they got incredible cheeseburgers too, and those thick, incredibly delicious, soothing, tip of the hat milkshakes from your Pratte pack. Now, Chris Boswell, 6 field goals today. He and 2 other Steelers are the only wonderful players from today and yesterday who get a kick out of being in the National Football League. Gary Anderson, 1988 against Denver, and Jeff Reed in 2002. Steelers win today, 24-20 against the Bengals. They improved to 9-5. They can seal the deal. AFC North hosting Baltimore. Big Christmas Day at Heinz Field. Lots of excitement in downtown thanks to the Steeler organization and Mike Tomlin's 2016 Pittsburgh Steelers. What else today? Well, the Ravens survived a scare, stopped a 2-point conversion and beat Philadelphia 27-26. The former Pitt Panther, LaShawn Shady McCoy, 153 yards, Buffalo over Cleveland 33-13. Mason Crosby kicked a 32-yard field goal. Green Bay outlasted Chicago 30-27. Speaking of field goals, big day kicking the football in the National Football League. Ryan Suckup, 53-yard field goal. Titans over Kansas City 19-17. Andrew Luck, 250 yards. Ladies and gentlemen, the Indianapolis Colts have found life here in the second half of the season, and they were winners over the Vikings 34-6. Eli Manning, as steady as she goes. 2 touchdown passes. New York Giants over Detroit 17-16. Gus Bradley lost his job as head coach of Jacksonville after the Jags were beaten by Houston today 21-20. Devontae Freeman, 3 touchdowns. Atlanta over the 49ers 41-13. Drew Brees, 389 yards, 4 touchdowns. New Orleans over the Cards 48-41. Tom Brady proved he was human. 188 yards, no touchdown passes, but New England didn't beat Denver 16-13. And Oakland over San Diego 19-13. Sunday Night Football in America, NBC right now. Dallas hosting Tampa Bay. Tomorrow night, Monday Night Football, Carolina and Washington. All right, Frosty the Snowman, you know, 2 eyes made out of coal, a cork pipe, and a button nose. Well, Bongo Boy Records, so happy about that brand because of Monaca native Nick Ziegler and the 4019s. They, of course, Paisley Underground, that freak beat Motor City powerhouse band, have got themselves a big seasonal tune that's going coast to coast and global. And I'm so happy to announce that he will be joining me from California on the Disc Institute of Pittsburgh Newsline on Rob Pratte Tuesday night at 10:30. We'll talk about this seasonal tune, the reboot that is really sounding pretty good. And, you know, this is a group that has done so much in their time on stage. They have performed with a lot of people that you may recognize. And when I was doing a little research, blown away, I think is the appropriate word. I love the Red Hot Chili Peppers. They've opened for them, the Gin Blossoms, the Fix, Wang Chung, also Stephen Van Zandt, a big fan of theirs, and they've also did a little work with Oingo Boingo. I love the fact that we are going to be talking rock and roll, the holidays, and yeah, hometown. That's what holidays are all about, remembering his time in Monaca and Beaver County. Nick Ziegler is going to light up the airwaves on the Pioneer Broadcasting Station of America. That is Rob Pratte Tuesday night at 10:30. Now, Rob Pratte Monday night, hours away, the Allegheny Health Network program Medical Frontiers with Dr. Gerald Pfeiffer will begin the festivities at 7. Then throughout the night, Facebook, Twitter, Post-Gazette, and Trib. Lots to get to in the way of open talk, but really a very timely guest, Angela Trotta Thomas. She is a legendary artist who is famous for doing her paintings that have to do with that iconic brand that is Lionel. A narration of a wonderful documentary that was made a couple of years ago by one of my all-time favorites, the late Tom Snyder. Many of you may remember him from The Tomorrow Show. He was one of the country's best anchormen for years in California and on the NBC network, and also by the great David Letterman, signed as the first host of The Late Late Show. But he was an amazing fan of Lionel toy trains. He grew up in Milwaukee, and his passion never waned. And he narrated this historic film about the history of Lionel. I think you'll find it fascinating. Late Tom Snyder's narration of the history of Lionel toy trains, part of my interview tomorrow night with Angela Trotta Thomas. And also, he's got a definition and his own opinion on many things, but when it comes to faith, no one does it better. Talking Christmas and 'tis the season and the reason for the season, Dave Polovich, God Said, Man Said. That's all tomorrow night. But in the meantime, I hope you have yourself a great rest of the evening and be safe this holiday season from your Pratte Pack. Good night.